Breaking news. My wonderful people, the Biafrans in the house. Make when I hear this breaking news, my Igbo people, all the prominent Igbo people in the land. Before I continue with what I want to tell my people, the most wisest people that come from the east, let me show you this breaking news. Then I will tell my people what I have to tell them. Article 8 slams Asare Dokubo and call for his arrest over the continued calls for continued detention of Martin Nnamdi Kanu and profiling the Igbos on a live video brandishing AK-47. So my wonderful people, why I want to talk to my dear people, my wisest people who come from the east, all the cabals we have in the southeast, all the, that is Emir Ogwo, all the Obisi, all the rest of them that we have in the east. A single man called Asare Dokubo came out and profiled the Igbos. Look at the backyard, Asare Dokubo that's there at our backyard. Profile the Igbos, brandishing AK-47, threatening them to if not for the intervention of British, that Asare Dokubo will continue to be selling the Igbos as slaves. In other words, Igbos are slaves. That one is bygone. And saying that the Igbos are looking for who will finish them. That look at how the Igbos are dying woto. It is an outsider that come out to call for Asare Dokubo's arrest. All the prominent Igbos I see, you cannot tell me that they never come across this video whereby a single buffalo is threatening a nation. What I mean by a nation, Igbos, the southeast is a nation on its own. If they say the southeast now should go, the Biafrans should go now, they are old enough to handle anything that concerns them, and they can choose leaders by their own self. They cannot tell me that all those that will never do well buffaloes and buffoons we have in that southeast as prominent men and the politicians. All those, hey, oh my goodness. You cannot tell me that these videos have never come across them. Either the PA or whoever have never showed them that look at what somebody is saying concerning your people, you self and your own people. Because when he called the Igbo slaves, it includes everybody. No one is exempted, whether you are in local or in diaspora. Whether you have money or you don't have money, he called the complete nation slaves. No one dare come out to challenge him. Igbos on our way done. But if on our own people, none of the gang up against Martin Nnamdi Kanu, waiting they different from waiting Martin Nnamdi Kanu talk since. Even Martin Nnamdi Kanu himself, even the better, because he is calling for the liberation of his own people. You people turn against him, sold him out to Fulani cabals, and the young man is still in the SS dungeon. And one man came out from nowhere, buffalo, that will soon expire. His expiring date is almost completed already. What remains now for him to expire? I don't want to call names, but let me tell you people categorically truth what is happening and why Asare Dokubo made that broadcast in the Asorok. And after that, he went to his home and began to brandish AK-47 against the Igbos. Asare Dokubo is being paid to do that thing. They want to use Asare Dokubo against the Igbos. They don't want to use an external body either from outside or Yoruba who say, oh, now it's a tribal something. Now they are using Asare Dokubo against us. The current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the one behind all these things, including his vice and other cabals in Asorok. You can quote me wrong, and I will tell you categorically truth. Why? Since he made this in, even the DSS, EFCC, SSS, police, and the military and navy and rest of them, even he called their names. No one is saying anything about it because he has been sponsored against the Igbos. Well, I don't want to talk too much, my dear people, because when I talk now, many people will come, even when I'm saying the truth, even when I'm trying to illustrate and talk to my people. Some people, what they want to hear or what they want to read from me is the news. Nobody wants to hear the truth. When you say the truth now, they will begin to castigate you. They will begin to even call you names at the comment section. But let me not go too far. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here. If you never subscribe to my channel, this is the time for you to do that. Do that ASAP. And make sure you turn on the notification button so that you will be always notified each time I go live or I post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. So my wonderful people, in case you are wondering who is here, my name never changed. I still remain Amandia Nezu Okute from Okute Daily Talk, where I bring to you the undiluted truth about the things of life. Why I speak to you what is happening and the shenanigans both in the local, federal, and state government, and also their selection called election. My people, please tighten your seatbelt because now, today na fire for fire. Happy Saturday to you all, I bet before I forget. Because here now, you don't knock Saturday. I been Friday night. Anywhere where it be, I beg you. Make una not mind me, Joe. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here. Daniel Bwala, the media heir to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, has slammed former militant leader Asare Dokubo, Alhaji Asare Dokubo, over his recent comment about the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Bwala was reacting to Dokubo's call that President Bola Tinubu should not release Kanu, stressing that freeing the IPOB leader would be equivalent to endorsing criminal behaviors. Speaking to the State House correspondent last week, Friday, after meeting with the president, Dokubo asserted that Kanu should be held accountable to the law. This person calling for continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he was being grilled by Obasanjo's government. It was the Igbos that come to his aid. It was the Igbos that speak on his behalf. It was the Igbo that housed him when he was declared wanted. He went on exile. The same Igbos. It was the Igbos that pleaded his cause for him to be released, or for him to for the government to have mercy on him. But now that same Igbos have turned to be a marching ground for Asare Dokubo. Igbos on our way down because on our own today too much. Today show love too much. Be harsh to sometimes so that they will know that you are not. But anywhere you go, even when you have been intimidated, you are laughing. And that's why they see us finish. Our mumu, you don't do. In a tweet via his verified Twitter handle on Thursday, Bwala wondered about the reason the former Niger Delta militant leader called for the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) said when Dokubo was being persecuted by former President former President Olusegun Obasanjo, people fought for his fundamental rights and release. Yes, and Igbos are the helm of these very affairs. He wrote, why is Asare Dokubo insisting and saying Nnamdi Kanu should not be released when he, Asare himself, was being persecuted by OBJ? People were fighting for his fundamental rights and release. We are moving forward. On the other hand, Atiku, P2B, court must sack Tinubu if he didn't win election. Sam Amade. The director of the Abuja School of Social and Political Thought, Sam Amade, on Friday gave conditions President Bola Tinubu should be kicked out. Amadi said Tinubu should be kicked out if he didn't win the last presidential election fairly. He made a call while faulting those arguing that presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Atiku Abubakar and Labour Party (P2B) should drop their cases against Tinubu at the Presidential Election Tribunal. Tweeting, the public affairs analyst said it is foolish to ask those aggrieved to drop their cases for Tinubu's administration to succeed. That is what we are having in Nigeria. The same people that will charge you to go to court, the same people that allowed you to go to court, will turn back again at the middle of the road and tell you, go and withdraw your case. That is what we are seeing in Nigeria. Look at what that woman is saying on Arise TV. And I was wondering, who is this? He said, you are chairperson of the group that called for the them drop their case. This man is working like this, like that. What is he working? Let me ask, what is he working for, crying out loud? What is he working? That we are buying fuel from 108 something naira to 550 naira now. And he say he's working because he announced the end of subsidy. You people forgetting, Nigeria forgetting in a hurry that this June that we are into, that we are buying fuel of that amount. Fuel, the subsidy money for this month have been paid though. Now the end of this month the thing will end. That money for this month's subsidy, they don't pocket them. And you are here praising him. He sacked Bauer and Emefiele. Who the people who employed Emefiele? Are they not on the run now? Buhari and the Mama Daura with Yusuf that is selling the chat card in Castena that became overnight billionaire in dollars. 3 of them now is on the run. He don't leave Nigeria. Buhari that said if he been disturbed, he will go to Nigeria Republic. He never go there again, or he go to UK because that is the people that help them to perpetrate all the evil acts they're doing in Nigeria. He don't go there now to do what? To go and hide himself the same way Alice Namadeke go there and hide herself and begin and stay from there, hire a lawyer to go into the court to attend to his this thing. Come and surrender yourself for scrutiny. She refused. And the United Kingdom housed her since then, since she left office under good luck Jonathan's regime. Now Buhari don't run go that place now. You are holding Emefiele and holding Bauer. Who are the people that perpetrated all this because they can't do it alone? It's a group of cabals that hold Nigeria hostage, doing all this nonsense. So good so far. What do they call him? Emefiele have mentioned some aggrieved military men and traditional rulers that's involved in that very corruption that you people are charging him for. So far, so good. No one has been arrested or indicted. Nigeria, on our way done. Tweeting the public analyst said it is foolish, okay? According to Amade, it is foolish to argue that aggrieved persons should drop their cases so that Tinubu presidency can succeed. Why are we always in search of plastic heroes? Or as simple as that. In the 1960s, the African intellectuals preached the one-party state for national development. We got neither democracy nor development since then till today. Tinubu is not the first person to be sworn in as president. There is no development that should trump establishment the fairness and freeness of the 2023 polls. If Tinubu didn't win fairly, he should be kicked out. That is national development, of course, and we have to learn from there. According to Sam Amade, alleged certificate forgery, Governor Mba shuns tribunal. You don't see now people way past government. At the end of the day, nobody will do him anything. Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State on Friday failed to appear before the governorship election petition tribunal because they know that they are completely at fault. Daily Post recalls that the tribunal had on Thursday ordered a substituted service of a subpoena on Mba through his lawyer. This was following an application by counsel to the People's Redemption Party PRP, Barrister Alex Amo G. Ogo. The subpoena was immediately served on Mba's lawyer by Amuju Ugo. However, when the case came up on Friday, the PRP counsel told the tribunal that Mba did not honor the summons. Amuju Ugo said, this honorable tribunal had on 22 June 2023 made an order that the subpoena be served on Barrister Peter Mba through his counsel. We have since done that for him to appear today. Yet he did not appear. My lord, it is obvious that he is not in court under the pretense of immunity. And today is my last day for me to close my case. My hands are tied and I have no choice but to close my case. When asked of this next line of action, Amujugo told the journalist, it is now left for the tribunal in the course of this matter to know the next step that they will undertake as regards his refusal or inability to appear today before the tribunal. Let us watch and see what the battle will be like between the tribunal and the governor. It has two legs. The tribunal can exercise its power of sanctions against the person who refuses his order. You also know that judgment is always at hand. It is the last option. The ball is on the court of the tribunal to do things one way or the other. However, the lead counsel to the People's Democratic Party PDP, Barrister Anthony Ani, SAN, told journalists after the tribunal sitting that the petitioner did not comply with the provisions of the law while serving the subpoena. He said the governor was ready to appear had the petitioners done the right thing. According to Ani, the petitioner has not complied with the mandatory provisions of the law. The default provisions respecting election petitions is the Federal High Court rules, which is very clear on service of subpoena testificandum or ducis tecum. That is the language they use to convince the gullibles in the society. The problem we are having in Nigeria, when you count the government, that the government, then you go to judiciaries. These are the two people that put Nigeria where they are at this moment because of bribery and corruption. Now, when you serve a subpoena, that subpoena should have been filed alongside the originating process, that is the petition. And in failing it, you have to comply with the relevant order. I think Order 3, Rule 4 of the Federal High Court rules, and serve the witnesses you are subpoenaing with what we call Form 1A. That Form 1A which mandates the witness to file witnesses disposition on oath, and then you also serve the witnesses you are expecting with your pleadings. In this case, they should have served the governor with a petition to enable the governor file a disposition on oath and then come to court to adopt that disposition. Story for the gods. So you don't serve just an ordinary paper. That is what the Court of Appeal called it. You don't just serve only the subpoena without the accompanying documents. If they had complied with the provisions of the rules of court, I am sure the governor must have been there. There is no issue of immunity here. If they had done the proper thing, the governor would have been here. But they didn't comply with the law. If you comply, we will comply. If you don't, we won't comply. Meanwhile, the tribunal, led by Justice K.A. Akano, adjourned the case to June 24, 2023 for the first respondent, the National Electoral Commission, INEC, to open his defense. This is the word from Enugu State. Thanks be to tribunal. It shock you, Abi? I don't say it will shock you now. It shock you very well. Let us continue, my dear brothers. DSS issued 48 hours ultimatum to arrest Asare Dokubo. This one is coming from one group. I don't know where the group come from. There's a youth council. Has asked the Department of State Service DSS to immediately arrest a former Niger Delta militant, Asare Dokubo, over his threat to the Igbo people. The Niger News report that the Dokubo was seen in a viral video flaunting guns and threatening the Igbo-speaking people in Nigeria days after meeting with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to tell you that this thing is a script being given to him. I said it earlier, people was why was he so that? And after all, he went to Asarok, he called the military and the rest of them. My dear, that one is just a Jara. We call it Jara. Nobody does not know that the military and navy are the hem of affair in this oil theft in Nigeria. So for him to come out there, that is a tradition that everybody have known. Because in our maritime area, you tell me that a vessel will come there and stay for months, loading our crude oil. Just that one is what do they call it? Bunkering, a bit theft, oil theft. In our distance, they will off everything that is going to monitor that thing to get what is happening, because it is a caucus, it is a cabal thing, it's a military thing, it is a navy thing. They are the one that is monitoring our seas, and they have everything that they get to take to monitor and get signal that even a ship or a vessel stay 1 million miles away. Nigeria have it, and they have it in abundance. But corruption have made them to be switching the thing off. So you tell me that they don't know that military and the navy is on it. That one is just for them to he want to use it to cover the main statement, the main script they gave to him that day about the Igbos and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he did it at the State House, and when he went to his home, then he began to profile the Igbos. And the government was out there. Nobody said anything. Just simply because SND Igbo, Najawe Estate said, I will invite IPOPs. Not that he have invited them, I will invite IPOPs to come and defend our market, since the government is not able to do that for us. That is the only thing he says. His case in court now, they are charging him for terrorism. God of Africa. Gee. God, I was going to Nigeria. God, I want not to Nigeria. The former militant leader stated that if not for the intervention of the British, he would have been selling the Igbo people to slavery just like his father did many years ago. Dokubo also claimed that the Igbo people were looking for who will deal with them, asking them to look around and see how they are being killed incidentally. Speaking to newsmen in Abuja on Thursday, the national president of OYC, Comrade Igbo Ayaka, gave the DSS 48 hours to arrest the former Niger Delta militant. This one 48 hours to arrest. Under what ground? as a what now? If you want to report a case and let them do the investigation. After that, they will go for arrest. Not giving them 48 hours. Are you the one that employed them? Despite the fact that I didn't support what Asari Dokubo did, but giving a security personnel, even police, you can't give them 48 hours to go and arrest somebody. I know that they have seen the video, but it's a script that being given to him from Asorok. So what do you expect? Nobody is going to arrest Asari Dokubo. I tell you the gospel truth. Speaking to this man in Abuja on Thursday, the national president of the OYC, Comrade Iboyaka gave the DSS 48 hours to arrest former Niger militant leader. The OYC president said it is unfortunate that the secret police have not arrested Dokubo after the video of his threat to kill Igbo people went viral. After all, MC Olomo did his own and go scot-free. So why Asari Dokubo cannot go scot-free? Iboyaka claimed that the effrontery of Dokubo to have threatened the Igbos while brandishing an AK-47 rifle is clearly marked of a strong secret approval of the president. We know about it. The statement reads, recall that in a recent video clip that has gone viral on social media, the notorious ex-militant Asari Dokubo was seen threatening to kill, exterminate, and murder all Igbos wherever they are found just a few days after being hosted at Asarok Villa by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Banana Republic President. As we have waited patiently after 48 hours of Asari Dokubo's threats to kill the Igbos, with the first ambition as displayed in the said viral video with AK-47 rifles, it is most unfortunate that the said Asari Dokubo is yet to apprehend and all prosecuted by the State Security Service, DSS. Without mincing words, Igbo are quite convinced that Asari Dokubo's visit to Asorok is an orchestrated meeting to further the ugly marginalization of the Igbos and subsequently stamp them out of existence, as well as ensuring that every perceived political opponent is eliminated, Iboyaka revealed. It is obvious that the effrontery and all the boldness of Asari Dokubo to have threatened the Igbos while brandishing hard military weapons and or weaponry like AK-47 rifle is clearly marked of a strong secret approval of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The above is vivid. It's a vivid signpost to a secret agenda by Mr. President against Igbo Christians through the clown called Asari Dokubo. In our experience and to our knowledge that Asari Dokubo is a Muslim like Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and fears of Muslim tickets by the Christians is actually for the avoidance of elimination of Igbo Christians, which Mr. President, instead of assuaging such fears, has rather commissioned Asari Dokubo with all the paraphernalia and or requisite protection of the federal government to intensify the fears and murder the Igbos. Even Igbo wait for another 48 hours without Asari Dokubo being arrested or prosecuted for acts of terrorism and jailed. Igbo will be constrained to have no other options than to gather all forms of sophisticated weaponry for their self-defense to avoid being stamped out of existence in their prime by an agent of darkness called Asari Dokubo at the support and or behest of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. On the hearing, this news is coming from Ohaneze Igbo Youth Council or youth leader. Now in the call for Asari Dokubo's arrest to show you that, my dear brothers and sisters, this thing is no more a joke, because Labour Party threatens to begin protest over delay in Bayelsa local government elections. This one is coming from the faction of our native doctor, Papa Baba Bashiri Lamidi Apapa. A faction of the Labour Party, LP, led by Lamidi Apapa, has threatened to stage a peaceful protest over an alleged intentional delay in the conduct of local government elections in Bayelsa State. From Lagos to Bayelsa, you are doing well. In a statement made available to journalists in Abuja, the factional chairman of the Labour Party accused Governor Doye Dede of outright refusal to conduct the elections. The party chieftain or the Bayelsa State Independent Electoral Commission to do the needful. If the Bayelsa State Independent National Electoral Commission fails to issue a notice to commence the process of local government elections before month end, the party will resort to civil actions amid at pressuring the governor to do the needful. The civil action will be peaceful but resolute in our pursuit of electoral justice and democratic representation for the people of Bayelsa State, Apapa reportedly said. According to him, Governor Dede would not be able to deny the importance and the significance of the grassroots to the development of a state, as local government areas were created to help establish and nurture sustained democracy and democratic political culture. Papa further noted that local governments needed to be given powers to function effectively to stabilize and strengthen the political systems from Lagos to Bayelsa. You never even protest against your own people. You are going to Bayelsa to protest. Papa further noted that local government, political system. Furthermore, he noted that the importance of local government in ensuring democratic representation for the people at the grassroots level could not be overemphasized. According to our Bashirun Apapa, the small native doctor, the people of Bayelsa State, particularly those at the grassroots, deserve elected officials who can effectively advocate their needs and drive development initiatives. We are concerned that funds intended for local governments in Bayelsa State are being withheld by the state government instead of being allocated to the democratically elected local government officials from Lagos to Bayelsa. We view the development as a deliberate neglect of the local government area, contradicting the governor's claims of pursuing a prosperous administration, he said. According to our small native doctor, or our Obonga native doctor, according to Obonga native doctor Papa, the Labour Party was not satisfied with the utilization of civil servants to administer local government affairs, describing it as an unconstitutional and backward approach. He added that the delay in conducting the local council election might be driven by the governor's political agenda, contrary to his earlier statements of prioritizing the people's development over political maneuvers. In other words, he said that the party's attention had also been drawn to the slow progress of the ongoing case in Sabama High Court, Yenegua, aimed at compelling the governor to conduct elections as soon as possible. Our native Dr. Apapa also expressed concern about alleged potential interference with the judicial processes, according to him. He therefore urged the governor to respect the independence of the judiciary, which played a crucial role in assumption of office. This is the word of Lamidi Apapa Basirin, the native doctor. Thanks be to Labour Party. Tribunal admits Chicago University NYSC certificate against our amiable President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal or Court has taken into consideration official documents related to academic and professional history of President Bola Tinubu. In other words, what are they trying to say? The documents were provided by the opposition party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidate Atiku Abubakar. The records in question include a Bachelor of Science certificate from Chicago State University, a National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) discharge certificate, and a certificate of service from Mobile Nigeria Oil PLC. PDP, through their witness Mike Enehero Eba Esquire, introduced these documents, noting that they were supposedly acquired by Tinubu under the name of Bola Adekunle Tinubu. Problem no dey finish. May we just continue, my dear, and I go see something for this case. Wetin you never hear about the so-called president of Nigeria, you will hear it. Somebody, there's a headline I saw that Tinubu what is it was admitted at the university or whatever, how do they put it, as a female. So look at it now. Bola Tinubu, that's exactly what they have been shouting since. PDP have been shouting since. that the name of Bola A. Tinubu is a lady, not a man. But that is according to David Hundeyin. He said this name belongs to a lady, but they turn it to Bola A. Tinubu. Yeah, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even his name self, his real name is Yekini. Nigeria will never stop amaze me. Nigeria will never stop amaze me. You see how Nigeria have turned to Banana Republic. Guided by the PDP lawyer, Chris Uche San, the witness also presented EC 13 and EC 9 nomination forms and corresponding letters sent to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). INEC lawyer Abubakar Mohammed San, as well as the lawyers for the Tinubu, Emmanuel Okala San, and the All Poverty Congress APC Lateef Fagbemi San, all raised objections to the document's admissibility. The defense is preparing to cross-examine the witness. The former vice president is challenging the declaration of Tinubu as the winner of the presidential election held on the 25th of February 2023. While another finish, Atiku approached the tribunal, which moved to recover his alleged stolen mandate. In other hands, Tinubu appointment, Ohakimu denies leading revolt against Uzodimma. A former governor of Imo State, Ikedo Hakim, has denied leading any form of revolt against the incumbent governor, Hope Uzodinja of Imo State. Hakim stated this while denying a report alleging he was leading a revolt against Governor Hope Uzodinja over the letter's refusal to support his ministerial aspiration in the presidential in the present Bola Tinubu's administration. The ex-governor described Hope as his bosom friend and trusted political ally, adding that those behind the reports were sponsored and trying to deny or dent his image, according to Ikedi. The statement released on Thursday read in part, against his backdrop, let me then state as follows: I do not have any issue whatsoever with my governor, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinja, to say the least, to lead a revolt against him. Open confession. Senator Hope Uzodinja is a bosom friend of mine and a trusted political ally. Apart from that, as a statesman and former governor of our state, I am obliged to support any incumbent governor or administration who is moving in the right direction, at least in the interest of the state and its people. Then let me ask you, is Hope Uzodinja moving in the right direction in Imo State? Do you know how many deaths have been recorded since his assumption in office simply because he is never the people's choice? He is a tribunal. He's a Supreme Court governor. And you said it's your right to support who is moving at the right direction. In other words, Hope Uzodinma is moving at the right direction. That is what you mean, right? You are just trying to cover up your crime so that you will not be probed. That is why you are supporting him. Nigeria, Southeast, and other parts of the country can never be well with this kind of people among us. Now have been named among the ministers that will control the affairs of the nation. As a governor of Imo State, what did you achieve? The answer is you didn't achieve anything. I am personally committed to see Governor Hope Uzodinja, whom I have known for upwards of 3 decades, not only succeed but also excel as a governor. Is him succeeding? Is him excelling? He can excel by sharing money every Friday and Saturday. Revolting against Governor Hope Uzodinja would be tantamount to revolting against myself, and nobody can revolt against himself. Or am I that foreheaded to revolt against a fellow whose performance as a governor has been quite overwhelming and who is getting accolades daily from the good people of Imo State? Hakimu, Ikedi Hakim, you are a disgrace to manhood, and I regret knowing you as a former governor or mentioning you, acknowledging you as a former governor of Imo State. You are a disgrace. Wike still the lobby. Wike meets Akpabio sets to produce minority leader in Senate House of Reps. Former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, held a 6-hour-long meeting with the Senate President Godswill Akpabio on Thursday ahead of the Senate's resumption on July 4, 2023. Wike's extended meeting is reportedly aimed at preventing the People's Democratic Party (PDP) from nominating minority leaders for the National Assembly's upper and lower legislative chambers. The discussion took place in the Senate President's office and involved key political figures. Alongside Wike and Akpabio, others in attendance included the Deputy Senate President, Senator Jibril Barau, Senator Abdullahi Abubakar Gumel, recently appointed as the Senator's Special Assistant on National Assembly Matters, Senate, Senator Jibril Issa from Kogi East Senatorial District, and Senator Salihu Mustafa from Kwara Central Senatorial District. Wike proposed nominating the minority leader of the 10th Senate from his faction by passing the PDP national organ's usual handling on the nomination. Although he didn't share his thoughts with journalists after the meeting, a confidential source that spoke with Daily Post disclosed that Wike argued for his faction to nominate Senate and House of Representatives minority leaders. Whether the Senate President agreed with Wike's proposition remains uncertain. However, traditionally, the choice of majority and minority leaders in the legislative chambers have been handled by the political party organ. The source revealed Wike was only serious about his faction producing the principal officers but didn't reveal his potential choices. He is also very serious about securing support from the National Assembly leadership and the membership from other minority political parties in both the Senate and the House of Representatives. Presently, the APC has 59 senators, PDP have 36 senators, Labour Party have 8 senators. New Nigerian Party, NNPP, have 2, Social Democratic Party 2, APGA 1, and YPP, Youth People's Party 1 as well. So my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers, say, I beg you, Shebi, when I hear my news, and I'll be very, very happy and honored if this video goes viral, that people who is calling for the arrest of Asari Dokubo have nothing to do with the Igbo.